Now the second lecture will be, or the presentation will be, Engineer Saleh Al Amri, وسأتحدث هنا باللغة العربية لسببين. السبب الأول أن هذه ما سنقدمه بعد قليل هو فرصة مواتية لاستغلال صناعة خصخصة قطاع الكهرباء، فماذا يمكن أن يقدم القطاع الخاص في بيئة مماثلة لهذه البيئة التي نحن فيها. الجميل في الأمر أن المهندس صالح يتحدث 3 لغات بإتقان. يتحدث اللغة العربية كلغته الأم، ويتحدث لغته الإنجليزية بلغته المهنية، ويتحدث لغة قل أن يتحدث بها المهندسون وهي اللغة الشعرية. فهو شاعر مميز، ولعلنا نطمح أن يقدم محاضرته بالمقامات الحجازية أو المقامات النجدية، وأنا أظنها ستكون صعبة على المترجم. So basically, we're expecting a very excellent presentation from a fluent presenter like Saleh Al Amri. Saleh?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. شكرا معالي الدكتور، وأوعدك إن شاء الله بقصيدة مديح بعد اللقاء إن شاء الله. السلام عليكم جميعا. I am very delighted to have this opportunity to speak to such very distinguished guests about the business opportunity of testing and certification, and present our experience in the GCC lab as a business case. And this was requested, in fact, by the technical committee. They would like us to explain to the audience the process and the justification that we went through in order to invest in the area of testing and certification. But in conclusion, as a conclusive statement, I can say that privatization is a very attractive environment for investing into the testing and certification business, because the market, in order to have the right transition, will require a lot of quality assurance, asset assessment, health assessment, in order to assure the investors that those assets are performing and they worth the transfer. So the objective of my presentation is to highlight testing certification business opportunity using the GCC lab as a success story. Outlines will start with the strategic drives behind the investment of testing and certification in the region. What is the competitive advantages? And then I will explain the business portfolio of the GCC lab, and then we'll move to the partnerships and collaborations, which are enablers to have the right standard of services and operation in the region, and also to provide you with a development update about the milestones of our project, and we will conclude by remarks. The strategic drive that attracts investment into the region is basically a lot of factors, but we can categorize them into 4 main reasons. The first one is related to the GCC national agendas, the directions of the countries, and the visions and mission statement that were announced and promoted for all countries. And the second is related to the large and ever-growing demand in the area of electricity demand. And the third one is the focus on localization of manufacturing and localization of services and fostering knowledge economy in the region. And the fourth one is related to also the focus from all agencies into the efficiency and providing new technology in the market, for example, the renewables and the smart grid. In the GCC national agenda, every country announced their missions and visions with different time scale and different maybe language, but they have common themes that is going around 4 items, which is the expanding of the productive base, building a diversified economy, enhancing market efficiency, and localize localization of knowledge and industry. And as you can see, the 4 themes will require a lot of testing, certification, inspection, and this attracts more investment in this regard. The growth in the region is one of the fastest, if you use, in the globe. And this can be extended to all countries in the GCC countries. And over the period, we are expecting to have 55% increase in the demand between last year and the year 2030. This organic growth means that we need more substations, we need more generation, we need more electrical equipment, and those will require local testing to be provided. And in addition to that, you need also to go back to your old assets, try to rehabilitate them, mitigate the obsolescence, try to elongate the life cycle of those assets. The localization is in the core focus of our countries in the region, and you can see the KPI for the kingdom is very, very aggressive. They are targeting 75% from the local content by year 2030, which is very challenging, especially in the high voltage and very sophisticated technology. And the last category of the justification is related to the efficiency. As you maybe heard His Excellency Engineer Khalid Al-Falah, the focus of the Saudi to provide alternative energy and reach into the KPI of the right mix. Also the focus on integrating solar and wind, adoption of smart grid in order to improve the efficiency. All of these will require a lot of testing, certification, investment in the region in order to enable such services. As was announced before, we are expecting to spend in the GCC region over $50 billion in the area of renewable, including solar and wind. This investment will require local services in the testing and certification in order to make the investment safe and reliable. So in conclusion for this point, all drives are supporting the GCC Electrical Lab to invest in this regard and also invite more investment in this area. What are the competitive advantages in the region? The first thing is that for the GCC Lab in the power sector and the high voltage and high power, we are the first mover to the region in a very growing market. And if you can see the geography, you can see the bolded area is the ones that has high voltage and high power laboratories. As you can see, our area is missing these services. And if you go to the international labs, you will find our equipment from the region being tested in that particular area, and we are looking to have an icon in the region to serve the whole region. Also, one of the success factor and competitive advantage is to have the strategic shareholders, which are the market leaders in the region from both the supply side and the demand side, and also they are consumers of the service that we are providing. They are very specialized in the same area, and they nominated a board member who are very expert in the business of testing and certification, which made the business growth easy and focused. One of the success factors is to have, of course, the international partners in order to shortcut the experience, transfer the knowledge, and develop our local workforce. And I think you were here when we celebrated the international partnership with Chasey in the area of power labs, and with UL in the area of renewable lab. And also we have another partnership with Mutabaqa in order to uplift the calibration services within the kingdom and the GCC, which is very lucrative market. We decided also to expand our services to include the Middle East, Egypt, and Turkey, because we can see they are sharing with us the same environment. So the expected benefit in the region is to optimize quality, time, and cost, create knowledge economy, localize manufacturing, create high-skilled jobs and job creation, promote applied R&D, and retrofit solutions for obsolescence and asset management. One of the competitive advantage for the GCC lab also is the strategic location nearby the international market in Dammam, served by road and railways and close to the Gulf, so we can be accessible to transfer heavy equipment from and to the GCC lab. Also, the regional focus on quality and certification, and you can see that the vision statement of the Kingdom is moving towards more quality, higher efficiency, and better services. The business portfolio that was selected by the GCC lab management included 6 focus areas with a strategic objective of providing world-class services, attaining financial sustainability, so you will be independent from any influence, advancing local innovation and R&D, and developing local workforce. The focus area is 6, as I mentioned. It will include the power labs, the renewable lab, the low voltage safety and efficiency, training and consultation, calibration, and audit and inspection. We selected the holding company operating model in order to have the agility to grow with high specialized services in each business and streams. So we have a JV, new company that will provide high quality services in the power, another one that will provide high quality service in the renewable, and the third one that will provide high class services in the calibration, and we can grow. We have the agility to grow with the market needs. Collaboration, we extended our services to the concerned organization in the region, for example, with KCARE in the area of assessment studies, R&D, test field, standard development, and announcing workshops to raise the awareness. Also with CAXT and with Saudi Council of Engineers, so many courses were introduced under their umbrella and also under IEEE and SIGRI, and we can provide more courses. The update of our development is that we already provided the services and the calibration and training services for Saudi Aramco, SEC, and the public. Renewable, inshallah, will start next year, the first quarter, and the power lab will be growing gradually from the low voltage, medium voltage, high voltage, until we reach the high power by 2020, inshallah. The ongoing activity this year is to complete the partnership deals, and it was signed yesterday under the sponsorship of Engineer Khalid Al-Falih, His Excellency. We already operationalized the calibration labs to provide services to Saudi Aramco and the SEC. We are providing consultation services now to KCARE and to SEC. Also, we are developing a strategic agreement with the main customers in the region. We are participating now to develop the BV standard in order to inherit the climatic conditions of the Kingdom and the GCC into the standard, and we are providing training and inspection services already. Conclusive remarks, the investment in the testing and certification is synergized with the 2030 vision of the Kingdom and the GCC. It will enable manufacturing and knowledge economy. It will mitigate the major challenges in the area related to safety, quality, reliability, and cost. It will create center of excellence to manage assets, spare parts, retrofitting solutions, and condition assessment for the equipment. It will influence also the technical specification in order to enhance the life cycle and inherit the climatic conditions. It will provide R&D and innovation for both the conventional and the new technologies. And indeed, we need to collaborate from all sides in order to overcome the common challenges that cannot be overcome by one single organization. Thank you very much.